Good afternoon and welcome to Love and Relationship. My name is Ndun Indun. I will be sharing with you some wisdom keys about love and relationship. Stay tuned. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day today. Welcome to Love and Relationship. Today I will be speaking about something very important, which is effective communication in a relationship. Effective communication is the ability to share your thoughts, feelings, and actions honestly with your spouse without using provocative or hurtful words or actions. Communication can either be in words or in actions. The truth of life is that if you fail to communicate your issues in words to your partner will pick up your lack of communication as a negative communication. Good communication must be practiced between couples daily, at least to know the well-being of each other. Some couples only communicate when they have a serious problem to resolve. They do not practice daily communication. You should cultivate a habit of discussing the happenings of life with your partner, thereby understanding your partner's mindset towards the issues of life, and also building a good bond of friendship between you and your partner. The purpose of communication is to help you know your spouse well and convey your thoughts and feelings properly to him or her at all times. Without honest and open hearted communication, you cannot know your spouse. You can know your partner. And a partner you do not know, you cannot please. It is in knowing and understanding your spouse that will give you the wisdom on how to please him or her. You must continue communicating until you can know and understand what are the real likes and dislikes, desires and aspirations of your spouse. This knowledge will help you to be the best spouse to your partner. Some people want their spouses to know what they want or desire without communicating it to their spouses. This can be a challenging factor in a relationship. It can make a relationship challenging because I believe only God knows what is in the human heart. Every other humans need to hear from other humans what they desire. You must learn to speak out your desires to your spouse, to know them and do your best to express your feelings in the best respectable manner. This helps your partner to listen and reason with you. A good communication skill is the ability to express your view in a way your partner will understand and accept with minimal or no offense. It is not just for you to say what you have in your heart, anyhow and any way you want to say it. You have to plan your words. You have to think of ways that you can, reach your partner, ways that you can get your partner's attention over what you have to say or what you want to communicate. Sometimes when people are angry, they shout on their partners and thereby make their partners angry as well. I think that shouting does not solve many problems, especially when two people are shouting at each other. I believe the only people that listen are the neighbors. The parties shouting cannot listen nor reason together. Sometimes you may need to calm down and think of how to put your words across to win your partner's heart. I believe it can be pointless talking if your listener cannot receive what you're saying, either because of the way you say it or because of the situation. You should endeavor to communicate to fulfill the right purpose of getting your partner to understand and work with you. Sometimes spouses take each other for granted by talking to each other in ugly ways that they don't use even with their friends. This is not right because your spouse or your partner should be treated well. And the way you treat your spouse can determine the way others will treat your spouse as well. You should control yourself from shouting at your spouse when there are mistakes because both of you are one. And if you shout at your spouse, you're shouting at yourself. You should not be in a hurry to say all that is in your heart. Rather, be in a hurry to captivate the heart of your spouse, who is your listener. When the heart of your partner in listening to you is captivated with your thoughts and feelings, it will be easy to win your partner over. People are moved when they are able to connect with your thoughts and passion than by your words. Please avoid keeping malice and endeavor to communicate and attend to issues in your relationship as soon as the need arises. And be patient to communicate until you break through with understanding and solutions to your problems. I will be going on a short break and I will return. And when we are back, we will have a guest which we will call in to speak with concerning this issue of effective communication. I want you to stay right there. We will be back. Thank you.
brandlive.co.za.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Brand Live.
No doubt.
You're listening to brandlive.co.za.
Welcome back to Love and Relationship. We're still speaking about effective communication. And I'll still keep, giving you some understanding about how to communicate effectively. We hope to have our guest, speaking through the telephone in some minutes' time. I want to also say that one of the things that can encourage communication in a relationship is friendship. If you can build friendship with your spouse, then it can work out. It can be something that can help you to communicate properly. Friendship is a level of relationship that gives you liberty and makes you feel comfortable to enjoy the presence of your friend at all times. It is the best level of relationship I know. Even the Bible says a friend can stick closer than a brother. So build a friendship with your spouse. Build a friendship with your partner. True friendship in the relationship is a relationship without fear. When you can relate with your spouse honestly, from your heart, without being afraid of anything, then that is a relationship that can be called a friendship. It is a relationship where you are honest with each other, help each other overcome every possible limitation in order to succeed together. This is perfect love, because perfect love casts out all fear. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casted out all fear. Friendship with your spouse will help both of you get the best out of each other and will also take your marriage to the peak of fruitfulness. Friends are people who enjoy each other's company as they relate together. It is important to try your best to be your honest self with your spouse from the beginning of your marriage. Don't say one thing and have something else in mind so you can enjoy your relationship. Because if you want to communicate properly, you need to communicate from the sincerity of your heart. You need to communicate honestly. Because if your spouse or your partner happen to find out that what you say is not what you mean, then the person may not take you seriously next time you want to communicate. I believe that the way we communicate is very important. And the honesty with which we communicate is also very important. So friends are honest and truthful with each other, even when they have made mistakes. They relate to help each other, not to condemn. They speak the truth in love. This is one very important thing in communication. Make sure that your communication is the truth. You're not saying a lie. Don't say something that is not true. Speak the truth, and you will have a proper response from your partner. I will take a quick break now, and we will come back soon. And I hope we'll be able to connect and have a guest communicating with us. Thank you.
brandlive.co.za.
Okay, so Dr. Winnie Tirumba, I think, sorry, I'm trying to pronounce his surname well. Please, can you help me there?
Tirumbula.
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 Tirumbula, okay.
That's right.
Please, you're welcome. You're
That's
welcome
right.
on air with us today. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a privilege to have you speaking to us. Please, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, so the audience can know you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I want to take this opportunity and greet everyone who's listening at this time.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Winnie Chirumbula. I'm a senior pastor of Wisdom Through Christ Ministries in Alberton, Tokoza.
Okay.
I have been married How many years now? This should be 34, 35 years now.
Are you
34 years.
serious? Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
34
good
years now.
example. Yes.
Yes, yes. I'm married with 4. God bless me with 4 children. They are adults now. And I
Okay.
have, God bless me also with 7 grandchildren.
Wow, interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
And what other work
So,
do you
in a
do?
nutshell, that's who I am.
Okay. And
The kind of work I do, I am managing the finances of the Department of Transport in Gauteng.
wow, wow. Okay. So
Yes.
we have
So, yeah.
okay, we have a great personality here speaking with us today. We were talking about effective communication today. And then,
Uh-huh.
what I would like to ask is why will couples really need to communicate in the relationship? From your own opinion, having been married for 34 years, I think you said, you should understand the importance of communication, because I think
Absolutely.
it could be, I mean, a better way to solve issues. But what do you think about communication in a relationship?
What I can say is that there could never be a relationship without communication.
Okay.
Because from the start of a relationship is started through communication.
Interesting.
If my husband did not approach me and communicated with me, I don't think we could have been married now.
Wow, that's interesting.
So from yes, he had these feelings each time he saw me,
Okay.
and I did not know about his feelings towards me, and I never thought of, when I looked at him, I just saw a brother in the Lord.
Okay.
It was until, yes, it was until when he approached me and told me and communicated his feelings towards me.
Mm.
And you know what?
Yes.
The communication of his feelings changed the way I looked at him.
Wow.
I
Okay.
started, yes. Now my view of him changed from just a brother in the Lord
Mm.
to a candidate,
Mm. For a sweetheart.
husband candidate.
So sorry, not to cut you, not to cut you. See, what you're saying reminds me of a story that I heard somewhere. I mean, where a brother had in mind to marry a sister, and then he did not have the boldness to communicate that feeling. So he
Yeah.
kept moving around with the
Those
sister
feelings.
just like a friend like that. And then somebody came along and
Yes.
proposed to the sister and got married to the sister. So when the sister
Uh-huh.
presented him with her wedding card, the man was very angry.
Yes.
I was the first to know you. I was the one who has been there.
Yes.
And the sister said, you never said anything. You said, you were just there like my friend. So I can relate with what you're saying, because that communication changed the
Yes.
perspective, by which you view him.
It changed my perspective of this brother.
Yeah, that's
At first, I thought we were just friends, and he is a brother. You see,
yes,
and
I see.
these relationships are different.
Yes.
They are on a different level. A
Yes.
brother and a friend, it's a different. But the day you communicated, it changed our relationship.
Okay. So
It
in
now
summary,
became another relationship.
yes. So in summary, what you're saying is that communication begins a relationship, and it needs to continue, and it will end the relationship. I mean, it's all about communication. That's what.
Builds, yes. Communication builds or destroys a
Yes.
relationship.
Yes. Okay. What will you what
You see now?
what kind of communication will you call a bad communication? Because you said it builds or destroys a relationship. So that
It
is
builds or it destroys.
so the one that builds is the
Yes.
effective communication, is a good communication, and the bad one is the one that destroys. So, but
Yes, yes. I had an opportunity just last Friday.
Okay.
Just last Friday here, I had a lady. She's been trying to call me, and then I ended up saying she wanted to come and talk to me.
Okay.
So she ended up coming to my office, and we discussed. And she was one very hurt young lady.
Okay.
She said she is in a marriage, but
Okay.
they have since separated. I said, why? She said, because since we got married, my husband, when he opens his mouth, anything that comes out of his mouth, it's to destroy
It's
me.
fire.
In which
I see.
manner? Yes.
Sure.
In which manner, my baby? She
Sure.
says he calls me names. He
Sure.
calls me ugly.
Sure.
He calls me stupid.
My God.
He calls me dead. She says we have
Sure,
two
sure.
children. She calls me bad mother, and he does this. She says he does this in front of my children.
That's not good. That's not good. So
That's
in that
bad
kind of instance, is it better that the man should keep quiet and not communicate than to communicate? Because, if someone opens his or her mouth and all that comes out is evil and bad words, I
Yes.
think it's better the person does not communicate at all.
Yes. But then even no communication at all, it also destroys,
Okay.
because you are sitting there, you don't know what the other person is thinking.
Yes. So
Yes.
So-
you don't know whether are we still in marriage? Are we still in this relationship? Or what is happening?
or are we
If
roommates?
he's not talking to me, who is he talking to?
So I would just like to ask this because of time. What will you consider as an effective
Yes.
communication? You've given an example of a bad communication, which is abusive words, things that don't
Yes.
encourage people, So what will you
Uh-huh.
consider as an effective communication? What will be your own suggestion?
When I say communication is effective, it is one that I am able to be naked with my partner and not be ashamed.
Okay.
In other words, I must be able to say what is in my mind
Okay.
without being ashamed, number one. Number two, without being afraid that
Okay.
he will use what I'm telling him or her against me.
Okay.
If I have made a mistake, I must be able to go home to the one I love and say, Lovey, I think I made a boo-boo there and there. And he must be a person who would say, no, we all make mistakes. Don't kill yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Effective in such a way that there has to be ground rules.
Okay.
Where there are ground rules to say, I remember when before we got married with my husband, we agreed that whatever happens
Yes.
when we have children,
Yes.
whatever happens, we are not going to take this to our children.
Okay.
It all ends up in the bedroom.
In the bedroom. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Nothing before the children, regardless of how angry you are. You're going to have to hold yourself until you go to the bedroom. So the distance between the kitchen and the bedroom, obviously, you would have calmed down.
Yes, I see. So in a nutshell, you're trying to say that
Yes.
effective communication is something that can build the other person, something that can encourage the other person. Like you said, when you feel you've made a mistake, you go speak to your partner, you get encouraged, and those are the things that are positive that one can receive. It's part of effective
Yes.
communication. So, but one more question I
Remember
want
what?
to. Okay.
Come again.
Okay,
Yes.
just-
Remember what the Word of God says, that
Okay.
life and death is in the power of the
It's in the
tongue.
power of the tongue. That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
So how I use my tongue towards the one I say I love has to be in the way that brings life and not death.
Okay. Please, one more question
I
before
must
we.
be open.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I must be open in such a way that my partner is able to come to me with anything.
Okay.
That they feel free to come and talk to me about anything.
Okay. Okay, please,
That's
can
a
I
good
just
point.
take your last words before we wrap up today? What is your
Yes.
advice to couples concerning malice? I mean, what will you advise couples? How will you advise them to stay away from malice? What's your advice to couples against malice?
The only way to stay away is to dwell in the Word.
Is to?
The Bible tells us to dwell in the Word of God.
Oh, in the Word of God, okay.
The Bible tells us, yes, that we speak. It says, out of the fullness of the heart speaks the mouth.
Okay.
So when my heart is full of the Word of God, there's no way I can open my mouth and be malicious.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. Okay.
And Jesus says, out of our mouth shall flow rivers of living waters.
Okay.
So let rivers of living waters flow out of the couple, and they will be able to communicate effectively.
Okay. Thank you very much, woman of God. Thank you, Dr. Winnie. It's been a privilege to have you. I hope that sometime in future you'll be able to come into the studio and communicate more with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
thank you so much for the opportunity.
yes, and we also use this opportunity to invite. I know you were a speaker in the upcoming event we're having in Pretoria, alongside myself, the Godly Marriage. So we also use this opportunity to invite people for the Godly Marriage in Pretoria in May 26.
Yes.
Yes. So I think
May 26. Yes.
May 26 is going to be a great event.
At Manhattan Hotel. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, listeners, we are wrapping up there. And if you want to reach me, you can get me on Facebook, Living as One Events. Please like our page, and then you will get feedback and you'll be able to follow us. And you can also get me on Twitter, Ndon at More Than Wealth, Instagram, Ndon8919. And I've also had some books I've authored on a relationship, love and relationship. One is Why Should I Get Married? You can get it on Smashword. And the other one is Living as One. So we will leave it there for today, and we hope to be back same time next week. Until then, God bless you.
This message was sponsored by friends and partners of Living as One events. You are invited to our singles and married couples event featuring seminars, talk shows, Q&A sessions, single mingles, couples games, and many more. You may visit our website for details of our events and register at www.livingasoneevents.com. You can also get our books on relationships titled Why Should I Get Married and Living as One. We also do counseling for couples and singles who want to make the right decisions regarding their relationships. For more info, please contact us on 078 255 4517 or email us at livingasoneevents@gmail.com. Please tune in again for another episode of Love and Relationship. God bless you.